Hey everybody, Sean Burrows from the HK Shooting Team. If you've been following me on social media for any amount of time within the last year, you've definitely seen this beauty behind me, and I've got enough questions about the Ironworks AIW7256X, or as I affectionately call it, the Fat Unicorn, that I figured it was time to actually make a video about it. Based out of Caldwell, Idaho, Rhino Medals is a veteran-owned company that's been in the safe biz since 1995. Now, if this thing looks tough, that's because it is. It's UL certified for safety and security. But what's unique about their flagship Ironworks series is each piece is hand-finished to bring out the natural qualities in the steel. That means no two safes are exactly alike. These are straight up heirloom pieces. They are made in America by American workers, not robots. With a quality piece such as this, it's always in the details, and it's the details that matter. For example, these corner pieces that are riveted and welded on from the outside and the inside for extra stability and help mitigate exposure from what we call hot spots. Those are weak spots in the safe where heat from a fire can expose the contents of the safe and potentially damage it. Obviously, the biggest vulnerability for a hot spot, though, are the cracks in the door. So safes have heat seals that expand in order to seal the door and protect the contents from direct exposure to the heat of a fire. Safes that utilize an internal hinge design, though, make it difficult for that seal to expand evenly around the hinge area, therefore making exposure to contents that are close to the hinge area more likely to be damaged by the heat of a fire. The easiest way to solve this problem in order to have the heat seal expand evenly all the way around the door is to have external hinges. Okay, when I first got this thing, a friend of mine came over and I just had to show it to him. I've showed it to everybody when I first got it because how could I not? It's gorgeous, right? And I was showing him how cool it was that the door could open 180 degrees because of the external hinges. And it was easier to get into the whole thing. I could access all my guns. I hadn't even moved into the safe yet. And then he got a look on his face, right? His inner night caper safe cracking genius kicked in and he said, "That's dumb. You should get your money back because anyone can see that all I have to do to get into the safe is cut off the hinges and boom, I got me some new guns." Then I showed him the 16-inch-and-a-quarter thick bolts surrounding the perimeter of the 5.5-inch, 800-pound door that he was so confident that he could easily remove with a safe cracking hinge remover tool. And we both drew the conclusion that it would be actually harder to get into the safe once those hinges were removed. Which leads me to another point. This thing is massive. It is really heavy. In fact, Rhino claims that it's 60% heavier than other safes of comparable size. It's made from 12-gauge steel. Chill Sergeant Luke from Rhino Medals and myself had to help the safe movers get it in here in order to get it set up. The safe movers themselves were surprised. They said that they just usually use the dolly as an effect because they were capable of just carrying the other safes that they deliver in, but customers would be alarmed at how easy it was for them to carry safes in and realize it would be just as easy for a criminal to carry a safe out. And for the record, the Fat Unicorn is 6 feet tall. That's 72 inches by 56 by 27 deep. But let's face it, all these features are useless unless it has an amazing locking mechanism. The heart and soul of a safe is in the locking mechanism, and it would be remiss of Rhino to build something this beautiful without the nastiest drill protection on the market. It is on par with what you find in ATMs, secret government document safes. There is not another gun safe on the market that has anything close to this. It also has a patented anti-tamper clutch handle that totally disengages if too much force is applied to the locking mechanism. And then of course the interior is just as beautiful and functional as the outside. From the lining to the lighting, it's got a deluxe door organizer. It's got all sorts of different shelving that I can adjust however I want. It's got a lighting system that turns on like a refrigerator when I open the door. It even has little plugs for USB and standard plugs for my electronics if I want to keep them charged while in the safe. Again, nothing unique when it comes to deluxe safes, but it's the details that matter on a piece such as this. Enter their proprietary and patented swing-out gun rack. This thing is rated for 200 pounds, so you can put all sorts of heavy artillery on it. It could hold 2 of my wives. I live in Utah and I only have 1, but if I wanted to get another, it could hold 2. The gun rack's also good for organizing, so for all my competition guns that I access regularly, they're just right there. But if I wanted to get to more guns that I keep in the back, I'm not showing you all the guns that I keep in my safe, but when I keep them in the back, I can just swing it out and get to them instead of just piling all the guns on top of each other and having them rub up against each other and get scratched and dinging optics together. This is a great way to organize your safe. So, if over the years you've made a significant investment in firearms or other precious things like I have and care about them as much as I do, maybe it's time making an investment into something like this, in addition to a really good insurance policy, might be a good idea. So I encourage you to go to rhinosafe.com and check out all the options that they offer. If you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. Just write them in the comments below. Again, I'm Sean Burrows, and I'll see you next time.